Hi guys, welcome, Scatlink here, and we are off looking fresh in our new hoodie with my own logo on it for what's in the treasure chest, this old thing. And it's once again much later than I expected. I was hoping to actually do it on the day, on my birthday actually, but that didn't happen because I was waiting on one thing, which was something from my nan. It took a little bit longer to arrive, but, and this is probably a little bit of a teaser for you, I asked for a DVD box set of a certain series, but instead I ended up getting a set of boxes. So yeah, that's a little bit of a weird thing, but it's going to be explained in due time. But yes, I have my own hoodie, I do have my own merch, so we're kind of starting off with something already. Check the link in the description below for Panda Man, because he put this together. I chose green, obviously you can get it in different colours, but you can get a hoodie with my me on it through merch. It's my first official piece of merch, and I didn't even sort it out. It was him. He gets the money because he put it together, but yeah, he made it for me, and I'm quite chuffed about it. It's nice and simple and quite cozy. So even in the summer, I mean it's in the evening now, but with just the window open and without the fan on, it's like what, 15 degrees. It's pretty chill. So, but anyways, so we've got a couple of things that have actually already been in effect, as I've already mentioned, and that's going to start right now with this one. He is Kirby, get blessed. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby's first true 3D adventure since, you know, the N64 came out and you did have a 2.5D game. Kirby's pretty much been in that kind of style pretty much throughout the entirety of his series on hardware that can handle it, like not with the GBA or DS, but 3DS, yes. And maybe other than Kirby is Air Ride, which was 3D, that was more of a racer. Yeah, this is his true 3D thing. Think of it as a Super Kirby 3D world. That's probably the closest to describe it. Plays quite similarly to Super Mario 3D Land and World. You have set pieces in kind of like in fixed cameras, but you still have like a 3D space where you can do the basic platforming that you would expect from a Kirby game. Obviously you can't fly everywhere and float. Kirby will actually start to lose a bit of breath, but I think there's been a story reason for that, which is why he has that big mouthful mode where, you know, you can see like he's going to suck up a car, he's a cone, that's the big mouthful mode. Somehow that makes him, maybe he's a lot less elasticy. Maybe that's why he can't hold his breath for too long, but he can still copy ability. And one of my favourites is the tornado, funnily enough, and the ranger ability. So we've been playing this on the Nerd Herd. I've been doing it blind on the Nerd Herd. I had 100% up until the second stream so far. In between streams, I go get the Waddle Dees that I'm missing. So if you want to see me actually play this, I'm doing it over on the Nerd Herd. Probably link has already appeared in the corner here. Just click that, the cards there, and it will take you to that channel. It'll probably be in the description below as well, probably. So, but yes, we've been playing Kirby in the Forgotten Land. That is fun. And ironically enough, even though I didn't ask for much on my birthday, I didn't get much on my birthday. This is probably going to be a very short one. I could have asked for something like a microphone stand for my microphone instead of using a lap tray. I could have asked for a couple of other things, maybe technologically wise, to, you know, improve the setup whenever I can, maybe more memory or stuff like that. But I didn't ask for much. Mostly, I just wanted to have a meal at Pizza Hut, and that's, funnily enough, when I received this. At pretty much on the same day, and on that same day I met up with Panda Man, and that's kind of a good segue, because as I'm bringing all this up, I got two things, one from Panda Man and one from Mama Panda. I'm holding that the wrong way around, but I've got a Dr. Pepper stuff. I got a Dr. Pepper with cherry, which I didn't actually think they did. I'm guessing they got these from an American sweet shop candy outlet, because we're in the UK, just to make that clear, so we mostly just get general Dr. Pepper, but that's a Dr. Pepper cherry, and we've also got Dr. Pepper cotton candy. It's okay. I didn't expect this at all, completely out of left field, and I mean, I was asked a question like, I have some American sweets, what do you like? And I just said, I don't know. What have you got? It's like, okay, let's go through the list. Like, do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like Dr. Pepper? And I'm like, that's a sweet? Or an American drink? I didn't realise it was an American drink. I mean, maybe Coca-Cola and Pepsi are. But, yeah, I like Dr. Pepper. So, this showed up. And of course, a can of Dr. Pepper as well. I haven't drunk it yet. Probably very minor stuff I don't really need to show off, but I appreciate it nonetheless because it's something. And it was something I was not expecting. I didn't know they did Dr. Pepper in other flavours. In this country, we just get Dr. Pepper, that's it. I mean, we consider that a type of cherry cola. Speaking of sweets, because I have a bit of a sweet tooth, even though I haven't gotten through all my Easter eggs up there, if I have too much chocolate, my throat clogs up, dear old mama got me this as well. And we have a pot of Haribo Pick and Mix. The thing is that I'm not aware of Haribo specific pick and mix. In fact, I've never seen this box. The reason being, and this may even sound weird being in the UK as well, we normally have like, what's it called? The normal pick and mix that you would have in superstores. That you would get like snakes and eggs and stuff, but they're not like Haribo or Cadbury branded, they're like their own mix, which is the general mix. That's like, what, you spend like £4 for a massive share pot, all to yourself, of course. And I normally go nuts with like the gummy snakes as well as the mini eggs, because I like mini eggs, I like chocolate eggs. Yeah, as you can tell, as I said, I've already got one in the corner there. I've still got a bag in there actually, because once Easter's gone, that the first third of the year is gone, I'm basically in mini egg withdrawal until maybe Christmas, when they do like those massive big pots. Anyway, digressing. With pick and mixes, the only ones I've seen is those kind of ones that you find in superstores. Maybe even the lint pick and mixes where you can get like those lint truffle balls, but instead of getting like a box, you have an empty box and you can put your own flavors in there, like mint and orange and stuff, or maybe just white chocolate, dark chocolate, normal. But those, I've never seen a Haribo pick and mix. Maybe even a Cadbury's pick and mix, where in a Cadbury dedicated store, which they consider factories. It's just the name for the store that we give them. Yeah, you have your Thorntons, and then you have your Baileys, and then you have obviously your Cadbury's. Apparently, when Mum and Aaron were out on a shopping trip, they bumped into a Haribo factory and they got me a pot. So thank you very much for that. That's going to take me some time to get through. I've already got through it before. I've got some snakes in there. In fact, if I just show right there, it's like it's loaded. I've even got a marshmallow in there. That was the white little thing that you just saw right there. And even some of those non-gummy-ish gummy, I think they're considered vegan sweets, where they kind of just fall apart. They don't actually have much gumminess to them. It's a soft gummy. It doesn't have the stretchiness or the chewiness to it. It kind of squishes and then falls apart sort of deal. It's kind of that kind of gummy. Not a fan of those gummies, but obviously I'll get through them. There's a lot in there. I want to get to the snakes down. They're my favourites, as I said, with the mini eggs as well. But they're not in there because that's not Haribo. They're not gummies. So yeah, I like my gummies. But now we have the last one, and this was the one that I was waiting to arrive. This is why this was late. And this is the DVD box set I was on about. Or shall I say, set of boxes. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's a big one. And don't worry, this isn't the wrapping paper. This is just where it got packaged in. So let's set that down there for a moment, because it comes in 2 packages. Oh, there we go. Fragile, apparently. Let me get the other one. Ugh. What is this? Well, I was asking for a box set of a certain series that I like, and despite my birthday being on the 4th of May, I'm not the Star Wars person. That is actually my brother, Master Aaron. My birthday just happens to fall on that day. The thing is, I've been brought up on Star Trek more. I am a Trekkie, there's no question. Although the new series I haven't been mostly interested in, obviously I was brought up with the classics, and I do have box sets of all the classics. I've probably even showed a few of them on the channel already, that being probably Next Gen, because I already had Voyager before then. I also got Deep Space Nine, and recently got Enterprise. That was the latest one that I picked up. Now, my boxes of Enterprise and Deep Space Nine are from the same box set release sets. They have a similar design, while as my Next Gen is a top-down box where you lift it up and then bring out the little slips on from that, instead of having 3 cases of varying sizes that have all the discs in them. And Voyager was in a slip-out box that's even bigger still, and it's just like binder folders worth of discs in order to get through them all. But when you're building a set of discs for a series that hasn't concluded, or they did them in individual releases so you can just get the episodes you want, or as that part of the thing. Kind of like with volumes of a manga here, instead of it being in like collections, because they do those now, you can get these in an actual proper Zelda branded chest, and they stick all of the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in one book. They stick both parts of Four Swords and I believe the 2 Oracle games in another book. They do that, they group them up in order to make them hardcover books, and they give you multiple issues. That's kind of a much more better box set than this. But what I'm saying is, like what we have with Red Dwarf, we have each individual disc boxes. That's what this is! Ah, there we are, look at that! It says Trek on the spine covers. It is basically each individual box for each individual... Yeah. Look at that. Oh, whoa. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the original series. This is the original series, and it is the whole bloody lot, including the motion picture. But when I first saw the spine... I don't know, that might be official. It could have just been sun-bleached. I think I'm going to have to work out a new way on having a light. Maybe I need a circular light. But yeah, so these are the 2007 releases. And by the way, this is actually sealed. And ironically enough, I'm probably not going to watch this version of the motion picture, which is the first Star Trek film, the director's edition, only because if I get a box set of the original movies, because I already have all individual films of the Next Generation crew, so these are the first few films before then, I'll get a box set of that. But I do have the whole set individually of the original series. The only problem that I have with this is where the hell do I put them? Like, the size of all these discs alone... I've just lost one, as well as the motion picture. Like, these are the same thing. And that... where do I put them? My rooms are full. Yep, this is actually official because you have got the hologram right there. You can see it, and it is reflecting. My nan got this on eBay. And that's a sealed one movie, and that's not part of the series, because you've got the animated series in between. So I don't know if they chucked that in as a bonus, or they just wanted to get rid of all their original Star Trek stuff, and they had the whole set plus the first film, just decided to chuck it in as a bonus. But what I was trying to do, while sorting that out, is like, this is what I was expecting, a box set like that. There's Deep Space Nine, it says on the tin, or the box. And as I said, it's like 3 separate cases with just all the discs in there. I mean, that's easier to store. And as I'm saying, I'm not getting mad at my nan, and we've had this discussion already, that I was expecting a box set. She got me a set of boxes. It's like you've heard the words the wrong way round, and I don't know how much these are worth, so I want to definitely keep these in good condition, but I need to find a shelf to have it going across, because as you saw, it spelt that box, or that package that I showed you, spelt out Trek on the spine covers, similar to the first 8 seasons of Red Dwarf. If I can have a shelf or something to display all those, that would look pretty awesome. In fact, I'll probably put in a clip of all of my parents' James Bond VHS tapes, which do have a shelf. We might actually move those out and put the original series Star Trek on that shelf, because you can't really watch VHSs anymore. We've only got one VHS player in the house, and well, with videotapes, they also kind of degrade. We don't know how the quality of these are. They've been sitting on this shelf for years. But as you can see, the spine of almost all of the covers, they're all part of the same set, so they make a continuous image. And I think that's pretty cool, because it just shows that, hey, this is collectors, and this is what you had. We may have a solution to store these, because I actually really want to. Plus, I wanted to watch them, because otherwise I wouldn't have asked for the set. So, thank you very much, Nana. And, yeah, that was it for this session. Now, technically, I have one more thing, and that is a pre-order of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake by Stella Chondrite. Included is the pre-order bonus for the classic set, where it changes the weapons as well as the princess design to his retro design from the original release of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. And if you remember way back when, I'll probably put it over here, when it first got announced, I was hyped, and I was just about to do Sands of Time as well, but I've been pulling it back and waiting until the remake comes out, although that does give it to a perfect segue of news, where on my birthday, ironically enough, the official Twitter said it's coming along and it's been moved to another studio. I don't know if that means it's close, but considering what they showed off originally, which looked like in-game graphics, people weren't happy with the graphics, and that's why they were going to change it up a bit. But how long does it take for a rework? Unless it's because they're trying to wait to see if they can get Game of the Year, which I have seen a lot of developers actually delay games for now, because Elden Ring's already won. It's like, well, we don't want to be doing it this year, we haven't got a chance. And it's like, Yeah, but you're also denying us a game that we've been waiting for 2 years. I don't think reworking the models takes that much time, because you already had the models complete, unless you are literally rebuilding the game again, and that seems a bit excessive, especially for Ubisoft. So, but I'm still hyped for it whenever it does come out. It's now pre-ordered, so yes, thank you Stellar Chondrite for gifting me that pre-order. Whenever it arrives, we will know. Before I mention that, because that's kind of segueing into the news segment, because we're talking about some very small gaming news. There's not much to talk about on the channel, mainly because I've already covered about what we have done in the past year and what we're currently doing in my 9th anniversary channel announcement, where we rebooted board streams. We did a board stream. I haven't done any since last year's anniversary. That's literally a whole year. That is my bad. But at the same time, I would have had a new PC, but I had to wait because of financial troubles at the time, as well as being in the 3rd lockdown of this country, that being the UK, and I had to save up a little bit more money in order to upgrade to my PC, which I'm using now, so I can do better live streams of better quality and also better recording and editing videos a lot quicker. So I'm actually going to be using this segment for a little bit of gaming news that has just slowly been recently coming around that I want to talk about, but there's not much to talk about. So I'm just going to mention it here and probably put some footage along like on the side here. Even though I already made a video talking about it, there's been a little bit of additional information for Kingdom Hearts 4. Since the announcement trailer, there has been information going around saying that what we have seen in that trailer was actual gameplay or in-game engine of Unreal Engine 4, but once Unreal Engine 5 drops, they're going to be moving development over to that, which seems to suggest that with Unreal Engine 5, it's much more compatible with what is made in Unreal Engine 4 for easy move-up, so you can make games a lot better and more complex. But that also begs the question, what if they build the entire game in Unreal Engine 4, then upgrade it? Because then you could have a native PS4 version and a native PS5 version for those who are lucky enough to actually own a bloody console. Because I don't have a PS5, Super Linkario does, but she doesn't play Kingdom Hearts. Am I going to have to borrow her console if it's PS5 only? Which probably would be a move, so because it's like it's a new Kingdom Hearts game, it's a new generation. But that also means everything's on the PS4, but everything on the PS4 can be played on the PS5. Is that really fair? If you're building it in Unreal Engine 4, which the PS4 can handle, then you can make an upgraded, more high-spec looking version for the PS5. And since they're both native versions, both like basically not really a port, but more like remaking in a new engine, but it was ported through the engine and then touched up using the engine's new features. You basically have two versions of the game that are exactly the same, and they both run optimally at the highest spec that they can manage. It just depends on the engine that you're using, which is basically synonymous with one another. So I'm hoping that's the case, because I would like to get the PS5 version, but I don't have a PS5, so I have to get PS4, and I own all the other games on PS4. Let's just hope that if you get the PS4 full version and put it in a PS5, it upgrades. Second of all, literally today, hours before making this, that will be on the 11th of the 5th, 2022, Nintendo did another indie showcase, and it didn't actually have its own segment, but it did get its own separate trailer upload video, and that was a new trailer for the console versions of One Shot, now considered the World Machine Edition, which makes sense because you have to have a virtual desktop in order to make it work on consoles. But it also showed off some interesting little bits. In the first time I discovered this today when I was at work was on a tweet, and during my lunch I checked it out and it said that it had exclusive content. I was thinking, please don't be a dog shrine thing, please. Not have it slightly different on every single console, please. Hopefully not. But it is going to have exclusive content. For example, you got bios, character bios with new artwork, mind you. That's awesome. And it also looks like that in the corner for what appears during certain parts of gameplay, the achievements have been brought over for all consoles, including the Switch. It's just in-game achievements, or in the desktop achievement sort of thing. All the documents that you would read are in the like the game style for the thing. It won't just look like a normal Windows notepad sort of thing. So there's a lot more stuff there. You even get backgrounds, like desktop backgrounds that you can change. And can we not have those for PC, please? That'd be pretty cool. Or maybe the PC version can get updated and it just drops them in your image folder or something, so you can use them whenever you want. It's like, hey, you did this. The World Machine rewards you by unlocking something you can use at any time. I can have it displayed and not even have it only when I've got the game open, although when it does change the background for said reasons, that's temporary because it does switch it back, if you remember for our old Let's Play. which now I think about it, maybe I should have made my desktop background thematic, but at the same time, I was supposed to have been in the role of, hey, there's a game here, and I'm playing it. I don't know what this is until we know what it is. Now, I'm trying to be a little bit vague, because if you haven't experienced the game, do so. This is the perfect time. It's getting on everything now, so it's not just stuck on PC, and it's obscure. I mean, even A Hat in Time, when it got its Switch release, and it was being hyped up by almost everybody, I don't remember seeing it in an indie showcase, and yet One Shot got in there. And Hat in Time's a lot more well known than One Shot, so maybe that's why it didn't get in there, because everyone already knew. But One Shot is getting a spotlight, even though in the actual live stream it was in the montage at the very end. It got its own separate trailer uploaded to the official Nintendo channels, and I probably will be returning to it in order to do bonus episodes, but it's going to be a bit awkward because that's not the spirit of the game, so I'm going to have to try and fix a little narrative, and it won't be like how I made that one video in the Shadow Man remastered's additional Coffin Gate in the middle of Shadow Man Second Coming, which I've got to get back to. You can actually replay the game after you've beaten it, but it's not exactly the same, and I never showed that off in the original game, which does exist there, so yeah. Could have had an additional opportunity to actually do the thing that really annoyed me that I couldn't do, because I went past the point of no return, couldn't do it. But since you can technically replay the game, maybe I should have went back and had the option to do that, but I didn't feel like that was right. But this is going to give me a second shot at doing so. But yes, once again, I don't know how long these are going to go, because I tend to blabber a lot. But yes, that is the end of this What's in the Treasure Chest. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys look forward to what we're doing in the future. So there is going to be one more one-shot. At some point, there's going to be Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, or at least the original. And there's also going to be more live streams. I'm going to see if I can get board streams getting back up again more regularly. Heck, I might even move it over to the Nerd Herd, because we actually have a schedule over there. I pretty much play with most of my mates, starting off with. I might alternate between this channel, because, you know, we have different audiences, so that might be a thing. But yeah, that would be making it a lot more all-inclusive. If only I could stream to both channels at the same time, that would be perfection. But if we do it on the Nerd Herd, then that means that we can have the full raw thing go up on the Nerd Herd, and we can have the edited videos over here, because if we do board streams, or if anyone else hosts a board game, I can stream my own side or even record it, and that will be another episode worth, because I've already stuck 3 of the Nerd Herd streams that we've done before, even though it was Kazu's End, in the playlist. They weren't me, but I was in those 3, so I put them in the playlist just because they fit, but it wasn't in the same format. But if we do actually go and move it over, or at least do a few of these board streams on the Nerd Herd, that'd be pretty fun. We could do more of the usual stuff that we tend to do, maybe keep some of the bigger ones over here, maybe like Mario Party or something, because that's a lot more specific. Maybe Uno as well, but I don't know, it depends on everyone's availability. The free games though, like Scriblio and, well, Quiplash, everyone can join as long as one person has the game. They could probably be done on the Nerd Herd, so it's kind of like up in the air on that one, but I thought I'd mention that, because if it's not on my Twitch channel, it will be auto-hosted, so you'll still see, keep an eye on the Discords in order to be staying updated. That, as I said, mine's in the description below, and the Nerd Herd's one will be in the partnered media. So, with that, guys, I'm going to stop blabbering your ears off, and I'll see you guys next time for whatever we next do on the channel. See you guys then.